One of the nicest ladies you will ever meet, Lyndon Hall. Great to see her have another Oz record. Mick.
Oh.
I would love to know. We had 1,600 people watching a minute ago.
Still 1,600.
We love that. With hip number 1
Tell your
on the
friends.
track right now, Andre Waring. Number 2, Maddie Rambo Ramsden. 2,600. We're on 2,600. Oh, yep, at the Facebook.
Oh, of course.
Number 3, we have Kieran Tall. Number 4, Andy Buchanan. Number 5, Isaac Haney. Number 6, Ben Buckingham. Number 7, Liam Adams. Number 8, Brett Robinson. Number 9, David McNeil. Number 10, Stewart McSweyn. Number 11, Ryan Gregson. And our pacers, Jack Rayner, Geordie Williams, Lockie Hurd, Adam Spencer is still there. So Adam Spencer and Jack Bruce.
So 3 paces for Stewie, maybe.
You got 5. Oh, yeah, 3 for Stu, though.
So there's a bit of confusion because Adam Spencer was on the list, then he wasn't, and Lachlan Hurd's on the list now. So, as we have mentioned a few times this evening, we have a couple of kind of races going on here. So, 62-second laps will get to 12:55, which is Craig Mottram's record, which is what Stewart McSweyn is chasing here tonight at Box Hill in these perfect conditions that we have. And we've seen fast times already, Mitch. He's well and truly capable.
Oh.
It's just whether tonight's the night for him. And then,
well, he's found his way in there now. He had to do a lot of work over that first 200 to get in there, but he's right behind, and I can't even fathom how quick this is right now.
Yeah, and then also we have the next group. So we can already see Stewie's on the back of Adam Spencer and Geordie Williams. So Geordie taking through 62-second laps for the first 4 laps. Geordie taking him through to 3 kilometres, hopefully in the time of 7:45 to 7:50 will be around that record pace.
62 on the nose there for Stewie. So Geordie, and it is Spencer, isn't it? Adam Spencer. Yeah, so he's leading out Geordie Williams. Stewie tucked in nicely behind there. Jack Bruce behind. Then behind him there is Rayner, and then Ramsden, Robinson, Gregson, McNeil, Adams, and then Lockie Hurd is going to be leading out that next pack behind them there. But just so, I mean, and 2 of the grittiest runners, Dave McNeil, Liam Adams at the back of that pack, they're going to benefit from a really nice sit. So they're doing beautifully, and Stewie looks smooth.
And then the other pack, when I say the other pack, the Olympic qualifying pack. Oh. So the only people to post Olympic qualifiers so far are Stewie and Pat Tiernan for the Aussies. So it will be the likes of Ramsden, Robinson, McNeil, Gregson that are chasing that 13:13 qualifier, which is 63.5-64-second laps. So we'll be keeping our eye on both races. So both 2-time trials in one. Jack Bruce will take him through 4 laps in 64 seconds. Jack Rayner will take him through. Once again, Jack Rayner ran the 10K, run the bridge on the weekend. So, but he'll still try and take him through in a tick under 8 minutes for 3K. That's the Olympic qualifier group.
It is unbelievably paced. And I think like the magnitude of what Stewie's trying to do right now, he's trying to be the second Australian ever to run under the 13-minute mark. Obviously, the record's held by Craig Buster Mottram, who a lot of people will know. But hey, look, I reckon he'll be around here. He does live not too far away from here, so I'd be surprised if he didn't come down. But right now, they are working like clockwork. Spencer's done a beautiful job. Obviously, he's going to be heading off to the University of Wisconsin soon, and he surely won't forget this if he can get Stewie across the line. Geordie Williams, a great man to have in front of Stu. I've been watching Geordie's training. I've chatted to him. He's been pretty happy with how he's been going. So Bruce as well leading it out. Jack Rayner, when was the last time we saw him on a track? So good to see Rain Man back there, and we see Gregson tucked in nicely behind him. So you're right, it's so weird. It's almost a race in 2. One guy going for an Australian record and a whole bunch of people trying to get to the Olympic Games. So these boys, beautifully worked. They are just strung out, and they're all giving each other the benefit of not cutting each other off. They're not chopping each other. They're all going to work really well tactically. And I'd just be watching Liam Adams and Dave McNeil at the back. I reckon they know to stay out of trouble, and they're going to get dragged through. They've got that senior experience. Even Gregson, I mean, he's an Australian record holder. These guys in front of them, you've got Brett Robinson, who's got an Australian record, been to the Olympics. I mean, the plethora of Australian talent right now on this track is unbelievable.
Yeah, it is ridiculous. I mean, Gregson, I was thinking about Gregson as well. Has any Australian gone under 3:38 for the 1500 so many times?
Oh, I don't think
Probably
so.
not. Even 3:37, 3:36.
No, I don't think so.
He's a regular 1500 metre man, and he's run well so many times. And he's the record holder until Stewie took it off him this year.
Exactly right.
And he got that record 10 years ago, so his longevity in the sport, unreal. And Adam Spencer taking Stewie through.
So he's gone through in 4:08.
4:08, which is smack on 12:55 pace. And Adam Spencer obviously has experience pacing Stewie through, which he did in Penguin, the small athletics track down when Stewie did that 350 mile only a couple of months ago. And now Geordie's going to take him through another few laps. Hopefully, well, Australian record pace is 7:45. We have heard that he's going through in 7:50, but it will be 7:45 for that Oz record pace, which is the pace they're running now.
Yeah, so these
do you know what Geordie's PB is?
Around that, I would say. He's probably running a touch quicker maybe over in the States, but really impressed with what Jack Bruce is doing here as well. He's got Rayner behind him, Ramsden as well. He's leading out a contingent of Brett Robinson, Ryan Gregson, Dave McNeil, and Liam Adams. All Olympians. And
the thing is with Liam as well, Liam raced. So Jack Rayner's pacing tonight. Yeah. Liam raced, run the bay on the weekend, and he's racing tonight. And that's just what Liam does.
Well done to Jack Bruce. Really good racing. And they're going to let Jack Rayner now do some of that work. So Ramsden tucked in nicely. Rambo, he's a tough man. So he's going to lead it through. But they are right on pace.
They were right on qualifying pace. I think 5:18 and they needed a 5:17. So I wouldn't worry too much about that. Lachlan Hurd was pacing that third group. So he's just stepped off the track, and what a third group as well, with the likes of Andre Waring, Isaac Heen, Ben Buckingham, Andy Buchanan, Kieran Tall.
So look at these boys come through right now. Stewie's tucked beautifully on the shoulder of Geordie. Everyone at this track can feel it right now. I hope you can feel it at home, because you can certainly feel it here. Everybody standing, everybody around the track, they know what's going on. Rayner looking good, Ramsden, Robinson. Now we're going to have to see McNeil and Adams try and latch on. I mean, Liam Adams is as tough as nails, so if he's going to get back on, it's going to be dangerous. But right now, that Melbourne Track Club contingent that we have at the front, they are working beautifully together.
How unreal does it look?
They have the benefit of living together, some of these boys, and now they're going to get cooking. And if you are sitting at home watching this, you are literally watching one of the greatest 5,000 metre races take place in Australian soil.
They've just slipped 2 seconds off the pace of the Australian record there, and maybe a second off the pace of the Olympic qualifier. So halfway through the race, they're thereabouts, just slipping ever so slightly. Maybe it's just a bit of a blip. Maybe they'll get it back in the later stages, see who has that kick home.
Well, you have to expect that Stewie will have a really good close. I mean, he's got really good wheels. He's developed that over the years. Obviously, Nick Beddoes done a lot of work with Stewie. He always had the aerobic. He didn't have the speed when he was younger. So Stewie now, he's
going up on the shoulder of Geordie. He's saying it's time,
mate. He might give him a tap and say, Geordie, mate, I love you with all my heart, but let's get cooking. Rayner, though, he's the metronome right now. He's like Jen Gregson in the race before. He's going to hit that time and time again. Ramsden beautifully tucked in behind. Brett Robinson there too. And starting to lose a little bit of contact is Ryan Gregson. So Gregson's experienced. He's got that senior head on his shoulders. He knows how to race these races. Obviously, 5K's new for him. But right now, hey, the training wheels are off. And Stewart McSweyn, it's all him now. So he's just outside that Australian record, but still underneath the 13-minute mark, I believe. So Stewart McSweyn, he's doing it solo. We saw Izzy Bat Doyle do it with strength earlier, and Stewie's got that same strength. So Stewie now, he's looking incredibly comfortable. He just has to try and switch off for a little bit longer. This crowd now on their feet. They're clapping him along. So Stewart McSweyn, he looks really good. So too does that pack behind him, Mick. I reckon they're picking up some pace behind there.
5 laps to go.
It's a nod. He says, let's go, boys.
So he did 7:48 through the 3K. Rayner's just clapped the other boys through that 3K mark. They are just on the Olympic qualifier pace there. They went through in about 7:58. 7:56 was the time that they needed. Stewie was a couple of seconds off the Australian record pace. Not to say they can't still close hard in the final stages. He is looking as smooth as he always does, Stewie.
Well, Butter McSweyn, honestly, he's that smooth. We absolutely love Stewie Mac. He is, and I hope he comes back and watches it. He's been singing it right now. So Stewie McSweyn, he's making his way around the bend, and honestly, watch Matt Ramsden. He is one of the tougher competitors. I don't think he necessarily gets the spotlight he deserves at times, Matt Ramsden, because he is tough. So Matty Ramsden on the back of him, Brett Robinson. Obviously, those guys do a lot of work together, so they'll know how to work off each other and find that rhythm well. But Stewie McSweyn, he's done it a lot solo before. Get this crowd pumping right now, Stewie, because all these boys want him to get going. So everybody at the track right now knows the magnitude of what Stewie's trying to do. So too these two gentlemen behind him here, and Gregson's still not far off. So Ramsden, he's going to lead out Robinson, who looks smooth. He looks comfortable and in
running
control.
by these two boys.
But Stewie, all eyes, listen to the back straight. I hope my housemates in Richmond can hear what's going on right now, because Stewie McSweyn is lifting the roof off a place that doesn't have one. So McSweyn, he's going to come around. Let's see what this split is right now. He needs to be at 9.18 and he's just outside of it. So not impossible by any stretch of the imagination, but he is cooking right now. Ramsden, so too Robinson behind him for that Olympic qualifier. They're at 9:35, 36, I believe.
And they're just off the pace they needed to, just by a few seconds. That's not to say that the strength of Robinson and the speed of Ramsden can't close strongly over the last 1,400 metres. Stewie is the main man on the screen now. There's a bit of a race at the back of the field as well for times. Stewie, with 3 laps to go. Everyone's on their feet. Everyone's cheering him on. He's just slipping off the Australian record pace. He's on 13-minute pace still, which is nothing to seize at. Look at the boys coming through, Mitch.
Yeah, here we go. Now Robbo's going to take over. So the senior head, he says, Rambo, I know you act like a senior, but I got a little bit more experience. Let me drag you through. Let me help you out here. Gregson comes through now as well. So really liking what Brett and Matt have going on up there. But Stewie McSweyn is about 100 metres around. He has a look down at his legs, so maybe he's having a look down and say, hey, time to get going. Not that he isn't already going, ladies and gentlemen. He's on around that 13-minute pace. So he's rocketing.
1K to go. He is about 5 seconds off the pace of the Australian record of Craig Mottram. Sub 13 minutes will still be an unreal run, but who knows how fast Stewart McSweyn can kick down. We've seen it so many times before. We've seen his speed over 1,500 metres. A mile, 3,000 metres. The crowd at Box Hill is behind him. Let's see how fast he can go over the final 2 laps.
Well, I call him the wind me up, because wind me up and watch me go. So Stewie McSweyn, he's going to get moving now. He knows that he can feel it. He knows exactly what he's doing. This back straight, it is shoulder to shoulder with the crowd. They're right up on there, so they're going to know what's going on. Brett Robinson, Matty Ramsden. If the hairs aren't standing up on the back of the neck, then check your pulse, because you might be dead. So Stewie McSweyn up the back straight. He's going to extend away. He still keeps on pushing around that 13-minute mark right now. We need all the energy, all the prayers, whatever you've got, give it down to the track, because Stewart McSweyn is cooking. So McSweyn now, 600 metres to go, I believe, for Stewie McSweyn to enter his name into the history books, the books that he's rewritten time and time before. So McSweyn now, 500 metres to go. If you're on the home straight, if you're at home, no matter where you are, get up and get moving, because Stewie McSweyn, he is dangerous.
500 metres to go for McSweyn. He's charging towards the finish, probably heading for a pace of about 13 to 13.05 now. Let's see what he can do over this last lap. I've never seen Box Hill busy. I've never heard a noise in an athletics track so loud since Craig Mottram ran the 2006 Commonwealth Games. Don't forget about Robinson and Ramsden, who are chasing this Olympic qualifier. Just off the pace now with 1 lap to go. These boys have just crossed the line. 12.18. They need to close in 55 seconds to get the qualifier. Ramsden and Robinson, they're going to help each other out. Ramsden gets on the shoulder of Robinson as Stewie is on the back straight, charging 200 metres to go. The crowd is well and truly behind him.
Well, it's unbelievable right now. 180 metres to go. Stewie, he might be outside that Craig Mottram time, but he's certainly still in the realm of possibility for that 13-minute mark. So I'd be standing up, because come of the moment, come of the champion right now. So McSweyn, 100 metres to go. He's got to really dig. He's dug before. He can dig a little deeper. He's done a phenomenal effort here tonight, ladies and gentlemen. He's done a lot of it solo. McSweyn's going to come down the home straight. Watch the clock, 13.01, 13.02, 13.05 for Stewie
Huge run.
McSweyn. Unbelievable effort right there. He didn't quite get the record, but that is phenomenal racing as we watch Matty Ramsden kick down this straight. 13, 14, 15, 16. So he's going to be just outside. Brett Robinson coming through as well. So a sensational performance by the Melbourne Track Club boys as we see Gregson come down. Watch Buckingham as well. He's booming down this home straight. So Gregson's going to come down. He's going to collect it at about 13.33. So well done, Ryan Gregson. Ben Buckingham, well done.
Huge run from Bucks.
13.39. We see Andy Buchanan, 13.40. Dave McNeil, 13.42. Andre Waring is going to come through,
Liam
13.45.
Adams in the sprint finish
45.
they love so much.
Sensational racing. Kieran Tall, 13.50, and we see Isaac Heaney. He's going to come through in 13.54, but 13.05 for Stewie McSweyn. Well, show me your hero, and I'll show you Stewart McSweyn.
So he's already got a 13.05 to his name this season, qualifying him for Tokyo, or obviously the winning the 5,000 metre Australian Championships as well. All the records he's collected, another 13.05, and what a run! Even Gregson being only, here we go, second fastest time by an Australian in Australia. I think Tim Crosby just said.
There is just bodies
Ramsden
everywhere
as
at
well.
This finish line. I don't think Andre Waring was going to be able to walk for months.
He got PB by about a minute.
That's what we were talking about
1 minute PB.
This is what happens when you come off the mountain. And these boys have done work. Andy Buchanan in front of us. Phenomenal race. There he is, the pump of the fist.
Stewie on screen. He just needs a bit of a sit down for a bit.
We've got mayors everywhere here. Mayor of King Island. I don't think he's the mayor anymore, Stu. I think he might be the king. I know
he's been the king for a while, mate.
But I think he might be the king of Mayor Island. And he's just sensational effort. I mean, to do I would love to see across the world someone run. I know he had help until 3K and sensational effort from Geordie Williams. Yeah. Everybody helped pace, but to run
semi-solo
05 solo, last time is Matt Doyle.
A 13-18, and think about how we are in athletics and Australian athletics right now. How well we're placed. Like a 13-18 and 13-20 from Ramsden
is off the pace.
And Robinson as well. It's unreal. They were sort of working with each other the whole race. Gregson, even 13.30, so only 5 seconds off his PB.
Ryan Gregson is such a class athlete, and I feel like a lot of juniors, they know the name, but they don't actually understand the magnitude of how good not just Ryan Gregson was, Ryan Gregson is.
Continues to be.
And he's run 13.30 here tonight.
Yeah.
And I reckon you could say look at that after Stewie running 13.05 and go like, oh, it's not bad. 13.30, unbelievable.
It wasn't that long ago until 13.30 was, the best that we had going on.
No, and it's just we've got guys dipping under that, and there are guys missing. So it's just, even for Izzy Bat-Doyle, 15.10, that is just, what a night of racing. Jeez, I love this track. It's all the track.
What are 3 races, though? Like the 2 1Ks, the 4 races, sorry. 2 1Ks, 2 5Ks. It's all had something to get so excited about.
I apologise about the 4K mark. I screamed, go Stewie, because I actually forgot I was commentating. Yeah. I thought I was a spectator. It's just that exciting. And seriously, check your pulse if that didn't excite you, because you might be dead. If those 4 races do not wake you up, then there's something wrong with you. And this track is still flooded. And I'll tell you what, I reckon there would have been hundreds of people who've come in just to try and watch Stewie do that just then.
Sorry, Mitch, I'm just laughing my way through some of these comments. Someone thank the Book of Luke. Surely these guys get an Olympic commentating gig.
Hey, Channel 7's not far away.
I know
if you guys are listening,
send your tweets into Channel 7,
Nick
please.
Are available. Mazda, if you're listening, I would like some time off work for Tokyo, please. But that was just
Tokyo plus quarantine time either side.
Yeah.
Fair enough. I said, I want to get a microphone, okay? Don't use it on camera.
Isaac's just been told by the man. Lockie's everywhere. Where's Lockie gone? Lockie is the man of the track. I mean, I know you... Oh, Lockie's just getting Stewie for an interview soon. So we will have Stewie on here as well as Izzy Bat-Doyle. And
James Chansbury, thank you very much.
You.
If these boys aren't commentating the Olympics, I'm boycotting the games.
And just a reminder for those spectators making their way out, fair weather, there is 2 more races to go, and they are fast races. League number 7 is